Hello and welcome to another one of my Android app Inventor tutorials. This one is based around creating our very first program, which we're going to be calling Hello World. And yeah, it goes with the handout that you should have been given in lesson. Okay. The first point on the handout actually tells you to go to a certain web address, which eventually gets you to this page. Obviously, if you haven't signed in already, go ahead and do so. You can see I have there, and you can see all my past projects here. Obviously, if you're a new user, you won't have any past projects, but what we're going to be focusing on this page is just these buttons here, and you're going to be creating a new project. So go ahead and give that a click. On the handout, it'll tell you to rename your project Hello World. Well, I've obviously already made the Hello World project, so I'm going to be giving this Hello World 2. And then go ahead and click on OK. And then it takes you directly straight onto your design screen. Yeah, this is what's described in step 2 of the handout, where yeah, first thing we need to do though is open the blocks editor. You'll be given the little security warning saying that if you want to download the file, of course we do, and then it'll flash back to the project screen and then back to the design view again. At this point I have to open again, hopefully you won't have to, and go ahead and open that one. Doesn't take long at all to download this one. There you got your little Java widget going up again, and just let it do its thing and then run. Okay, once the download is complete, the blocks editor will open automatically, and at this point we need to connect to your device. If you are going to use your mobile device, go ahead and plug it in and follow the instructions that were set out in the first handout, getting started. As I said in the video for that one, I'm going to be using the emulator for all the videos, so all we do is click on the emulator. You'll get like the little box telling you that it's starting up. You can just go ahead and OK that one and just wait for it to start up. You should find it under build. Can be a bit lengthy, this one, just waiting for it to respond, and then we can get it connected. Okay, so once your emulator or your device has finished setting up, you'll be able to unlock and get going. With the emulator itself, you'll notice when it's finished setting up is it'll go from the black screen we had at the start to the scenery we have at the background there. Also in the bar at the top, it will tell you that the SD card has been prepared, and once that's happened we can go ahead and connect to device. Now of course, if we're using the emulator, we'll go there. If you are using your mobile device, your device's name will just appear there instead. Go ahead and click on that, and this can take a little while to set up, so yeah, hang tight for a moment. Okay, once your emulator or your device has finished setting up, what you'll be presented with on the screen is exactly what you'll find back on your design screen, like so. So for the moment we can forget about the blocks editor. It's important to keep it open, but we don't need to really worry about it until we actually need to put some functionality into the components we're going to use in just a moment. So in point 3, it just tells you a little bit more about the design screen. So here you go. This would act as what you would see on your device or on your emulator. This acts as kind of like your canvas. As you can see at the top, it says screen 1. Not very imaginative, so let's go ahead and change that. We'll do that by renaming it. You can see in the components part just here. So the title just there saying screen 1. Just go ahead and delete that and rename it. We're going to call it Hello World. Then click anywhere. You'll see it change just over here. Okay, once we've given our new screen a new title, we can concentrate on actually putting in some of the components. For that, we're going to use the palette over on the left hand side here. Just a few basic items just there. We will go into some more advanced things maybe in some other videos, but not right now really. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is to add a label, and we do that easily just by dragging it out and dropping it on the screen there. You'll see it appear in the components tab just there, and what we're going to do is just rename that straight away. In the handout we say rename that label hello. And once we've finished renaming, obviously we don't want any text in that label, so just go ahead and blank that out. Okay, under label hello we want button hello, so much the same, just drag it out and drop it on. And rename straight away. Okay, the text we want actually on the button is just hello. So go ahead and type that in here. Click it anywhere else on the screen and you'll see your change just there. So that's exactly what you should be seeing on your device. If we go and have a look on the emulator, it'll show those changes as well. And that's exactly how your component should look. And next we want to add a text box. Do it exactly the same as the button and the label. Just drag it out. The great thing about the text box is that you can have a hint appear in it. If I just show you on the emulator what I mean by that, you'll see it says hint for text box 1, which is exactly what it says here. This is great if you're asking a question maybe, which is exactly what we're going to be using the box for. So yeah, go ahead and rename it first. And in the handout we say to rename that to text name. And the hint that we want to put in there is the question, what is your name? Click anywhere else on screen and you'll see on your device that that is now the hint in the box. Okay, next I'm going to speedily add a few buttons, so join me back in a mo. Okay, on rejoin me you can see I've added the components just there as indicated in tasks 7 and 8. What we're going to do now is actually make our components do something. So we need to go back to our blocks editor. Okay, on the blocks editor you will see a little part over on the left hand side. It's full of the commands that you're going to be using. What we need to do is have something happen when the button hello is pressed. So let's go ahead and look in my blocks. You will find button hello just there, and we want this one at the top. When button hello is clicked, do whatever we tell it to. So just click on that and just drop it anywhere on the canvas just here. Okay, so what did we want to happen when the button hello was pressed? Well, we want something to appear in that first label. So the label was called label hello, so open that one up and we want to change its text. You can see all the components of what we could have happen to label hello if when the hello button is pressed. but we want to set the label hello text to something. And what is it that we actually want it to set it to? Well, we want the program to appear as if it's saying hello back. So what we're going to do now is go for the built-in blocks, and we want a text box. It's the simple text box that we want, so just go ahead and drag that out. And before plugging that into the socket just there, go ahead and change the text to that to hello world. Click anywhere else, and then just plug that in. And we can see that once the little exclamation point has gone, the block is ready to be sent to your device. So go ahead and bring up your device. You'll see the blocks that we wanted, and go ahead and press on hello, and you'll get hello world come back to you. That's exactly what we want. Okay, so the next thing that we want to happen is for something to happen when we click on the enter button. Of course, what's going to happen eventually is that the user will be entering their name into the text box and then pressing on the enter button. So we want the user's name to appear in that label result, and that's how we're going to do it by going with when button enter clicked, set label result to, much like the first box. But on this one, we want to change it to the text that appears in the text box. So go ahead in text name, and you're looking for the text name text, and that is ready to go. So if you bring up the emulator, if we click on there and then just type in my name, emulator can be a bit slow, and then just press enter. We'll find that Ben has appeared in the result label there. But wouldn't it be a lot better if the program seemed like it was saying hello back to you? Well, we can do that with a clever bit of editing. What we're going to do is just unplug this block here. Just leave it over to the side because we will need that later. What we do need now is a call make text box. We can find that in the built-in definitions and under text again, and just drag that out and plug it in. What this block basically does is makes the text whatever we plug into it. The beauty of it is that we can plug more than one things into it, as I can show you now. If we just call up a simple text box, if you do find that going over to the built-in definitions is too tiring for you, you can just simply click anywhere on the canvas and you'll get the whole built-in definitions just there. So go ahead and click on text, and we want that top one, text. And say if you are starting out, I do suggest using this because it shows you the blocks and it's a lot easier to remember what they look like. But in that text box we're going to say hello, follow it by a space, and then pop that one into that socket there. You'll see another empty socket open up just underneath it. That's where this one plugs in. So if we go and have a look on the build day, it'll still be showing what happened last time. So if we do it again, just type in my name, and press enter, you'll see, and it now says hello Ben.